Hello, beautiful people, and good evening. My name is Dr. Jolie Phillips. Welcome to my seminar tonight. We're going to go through some really cool stuff. Hopefully, it'll help you out. Welcome to those of you in the Zoom room. Some of you are on Facebook Live, and for those of you on Facebook Live in the future, if you want to participate with questions or anything, you can go to RSVP and actually participate in the Facebook Live. So, every Monday night, we're doing Whole Health Worldwide, and you're part of the program now. So I want to introduce myself to those of you who don't know me. My name is Dr. Jolie Phillips. I'm a doctor of holistic natural health and nutrition. Um, Grew up in Detroit, didn't have much money, so I ended up flying airplanes for the Air Force. I'm a really big math and science nerd. I just love math and science. I play music. So between playing music, hanging out, just being a child, flying airplanes. My life's pretty simple. But a friend of mine challenged me to share some of my holistic natural health knowledge with the greater world, and we're just doing it for free. We're just trying to help out the world. So make the world a better place, one person at a time. I'm also a world patriot. My big thing is to help people be free, economically, socially, financially, free from any health issues they might have. So that all plays in. So um, let's see. Hopefully, you're able to see my screen. I think you are. So, whole health community. What we're doing is every week, I'm doing a mini series right now. That we're on like the eighth installment of a mini series. And it basically cover the mini series about 30 minutes. And then for those of you who want to stay after, I've got a little extra credit. But then I'm going to be covering off on levels of involvement, where we're going with whole health worldwide, what the project's about, cover a few resources that are available to all y'all, and then answer any questions for those of you that are in the Zoom room. So tonight we talk about the overall picture, which is basically life. Everything's based on life, and then after life, how you live life is based on your health. So this is kind of a layered approach. We're going to cover health. The first 30 minutes, we're going to talk about health, but just understand that whole health, the concept is more than just health. It's a whole philosophy about how you live your life. So the style you live your life is called your wealth, right? So there's life is foundational, then you build your health. Your wealth is on top of that. And when you're at the end of your years and you're looking backwards, you then look at what was my legacy? Did I come here and do what I needed to do? So that's the big picture. But tonight we talk about health. And specifically, we're going to talk about muscle, right? So I'm going to go into this a little bit and share with you basically some fallacies. A lot of people think they know about muscle, right? It's like, oh yeah, go to Muscle Beach, or I've seen these people. Look, we're going to cover some things. I can't go into the details about how muscles work and all what's going on at the mitochondrial level. You would roll your eyes back and faint anyway. It's not that important. Here's the big stuff. What most people think they know about muscles is patently false. They don't really know. Most people think muscles are all about size. Like if you have a lot of muscle and you're size, that means you're powerful, right? So if you have a lot of muscle, you're strong, right? Well, the thing is, the bigger size doesn't always it's not always equivalent to power. So it's also not equivalent to function. Like you can have somebody that looks big, but they're actually very dysfunctional and they're also not in good health. And we're to cover off on some of that. So what you see doesn't always translate to function and power and endurance. I'm going to show you the finer points here of what you can look at, not only when you look in the mirror, but when you see other people too. So there's some false associations you have to be aware of. One is that muscle is not the same as power. I'm here to tell you, I'm almost double the age of my farm worker. He's a great guy. I get him once a week. He's about half my age. He's got way more muscle than me, but I can outwork him like pretty handily. So so power and muscle are not always the same things. It's something to keep in mind. Power is your ability to do work. Muscle is how strong you are, or roughly how strong you are. Power is how much can you deploy that strength over time That's power. So big muscles don't always mean strong muscles. And I'm going to show you basically some ideas there. The idea is that the volume of your muscle mass doesn't always mean that's all muscle tissue. There's other things going on in there. So the muscle size then doesn't mean muscle health because what's going on in there, there's a lot of different things that can be going on inside of you. Finally, I see this all the time. My the guy athletes is like, oh, I need more testosterone so I can have more muscle. I'm going to disprove that right now. Your your the level of your endocrine system, your hormones are not predeterminative of your muscle mass or your overall musculature. That's just patently false, and you have to break away from that narrative. Your hormones, they're going to change. You have monthly changes, you have seasonal changes, you have life changes. So those are going to change. I'm going to demonstrate to you that your decisions that you make for yourself are as important or more important than the chemical communicators called hormones and what they do inside of you. So we're going to redefine what muscle is. It's going to be really simple. I'm going to keep it at a really high level. It's not simple, but I'm going to keep it at a high level. So most of us are taught that muscle is something physical, right? But it goes way more than that. There's so much more to it. Your muscle is intimately related to your metabolism. So a lot of people say, well, I have a metabolic issue, right? But you really don't. You have you have a laziness issue. You have a passivity issue. You need to fire your muscles a little more, right? Because your metabolism is connected to your muscles, but your muscles also drive your metabolism and your energy and your youthfulness and your vitality. So your muscles are living, they're cells that are living and they demand energy. So it's really important to have really good musculature. I'm not saying you have to be a muscle head on Muscle Beach. I'm saying that the muscles you have, we want them to be powerful and efficient. Okay. The reason is because by doing that, you're actually going to burn calories while you sleep. Your overall metabolism, your metabolic profile is going to be very, very steady and very solid based on your muscle. People who have fluctuations with their metabolism, I'm tired, I'm spazzy, I'm this, I'm that. Most of those people, all they need to do to level a lot of that out is just fire their muscles. It's going to affect your metabolism. So your muscles actually as functional as anything else in your body. It's just not something that's static, that's hanging out on your bones and giving you some structure. It's super functional. It's super, super important. So when we look at your musculature, we have to talk about the composition of your body and specifically your muscles. So your muscles and your fat can coexist. They do coexist. So you can tell because I mean, I'm a plant-based eater, so this is kind of gross for me, but when you go to the meat counter, you can see these prime cuts of meat, right? Dead animal carcass. But you can see these prime cuts of meat. They look very, very healthy. They have good fibers, and there's very little fat inside of them. That's a healthy cut, right? You can also see those, and we've all had them. You bite into a chunk of meat, and it's just fat and grizzly, and it's just this striation of fat that's in there. That's not healthy muscle. That's just a fatty muscle. Now, a lot of farmers, they fatten up their cattle, they fatten up their animals because they look better and they're going to sell more weight. But it doesn't mean that animal is healthy. It doesn't mean the muscle is healthy. It means that you just have more fat in the muscle and you can sell more meat, more fat, more weight, more profit. So I know I'm talking about humans here, but basically the muscles basically functioning the same. So they can and they do coexist. I see this all the time. Like people, when you see somebody that's trim and you can actually see their striations, see their musculature, they have the same amount of muscle as somebody that's twice their size that's got fatty muscle. So the amount of muscle tissue you have that's viable actually be very trim and very slim, very sleek, and still very powerful. So you don't need massive amount of muscle to be super powerful. In fact, the slender people that have very clean, functional muscle groups are oftentimes the strongest people you'll meet. You'll say, "Man, it's deceptive how strong this person is." And you'll know those people. You'll run into them, and even if you just shake their hands or give them a hug, you're like, this person is completely solid. Like their muscle is just completely beautiful and powerful. And you can just tell by just being by them. So you can't always determine how strong a person is by the visual mass. So when you look at them, it's not always evident. You'll see some massively big people, and they're strutting them. They're like they're strutting like they're the the king of the jungle or something, like this monster, and they're really not that strong. They're just big. So now here's what the metabolic processes do. First of all, I do have a complete, if you've listened to some of my other programs, I've talked about fat loss versus weight loss, the difference. I want any of you that are trying to lose weight, I want you to understand, I don't want you to lose weight. I want you to lose fat. So losing weight is a bad thing. You want to keep your weight. You want to keep your density. You want to keep your bone density and you want to keep your muscle density. You want to stay heavy. And people say, well, it's all about the weight. No, it's not. It's about form and function. It's about how do you feel? Because here's the thing. The truth is, if you go to the beach and you're playing volleyball and you look gorgeous and you're out there, you're jumping, you're running, and you're trim and you're fit. Exactly zero people are going to come up to you and say, damn, how much do you weigh anyway? Like they're not looking at you for how much you weigh. They look and they see a thing of beauty that's in motion where your muscles are toned and functional and you're sleek and streamlined. They're not looking, it doesn't cross their mind. Like you could be 5'9" and 180 pounds, but you look amazing. You look stunning. So it's not about the weight, it's about your musculature. So just keep that in mind. Additionally, when the more muscle you have, the easier it is to lose weight. So you might say, well, I don't have a gym, I don't do any of this stuff. We'll talk about that later. But basically, look, if you could just get up in the morning and just do a sit up or do a push up or do a pull up, that's all you really need to do. I mean, just do what you can do. If do what you can do, and that's usually good enough. If you can do what you can do and then push yourself 1% further, do what you can do and go 1% further every day. In 365 days, you're 365% better than you are today. So just get in the habit of just doing one extra pull up, one extra sit up, one extra whatever you're doing, curl, leg lift, butterfly, pull up, whatever you're doing, just do one extra. And you're going to be great a year from now. And you're going to burn a lot of muscle, burn a lot of fat doing it. So the point is, the more muscle you have, the more stable your whole ecosystem is going to be. Plus, you're going to be very efficient. You're going to be clearing out your lymphatic system, which is your sewage system. We cover that on a different episode. But basically, you're going to become very, very powerful and very efficient. When I say efficiency, I'm talking about at the mitochondrial level. Inside of all of your 30 trillion cells that have your DNA, there's these little power packs that are called mitochondria. Your efficiency, if your muscles are efficient, that means that most of your other systems in your body are going to be very efficient, including your little power plants too. That's why these people, it's like, oh, I don't feel like working out. That's when you need to go do it because your body is saying, oh my goodness, it's basically going into this death mode, literally death mode. And you need to say, no, 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 we're going to go out there, take a walk, fresh air, sunshine, just do some jumping jacks. We have a little miniature trampoline in our house, so just go jump around a little bit. I just turned 63. I bought myself a pull-up bar. So it doesn't take much. Just do something, right? So your muscle is going to increase your efficiency. and it's gonna improve your energy use. Now, what does that mean? Let's just pretend that over the course of a day, you've got you're going to burn some number of calories, okay? Let's just let's just say 1,500 calories or something during the course of a day. Depends on your who you are and all this stuff, but let's just say 1,500 calories you're going to burn over the course of a day. If your calories are going towards um, other things like trying to figure out what you just ate or trying to digest this combination of foods or going through or trying to figure out the stress parts of your life, if your body's going through all that, it's using this energy for that. Muscle improves energy use because it brings you physiological peace. It makes you more efficient. So the 1,500 calories can go towards actually making you more energetic instead of you using all the energy to manage all the chaos that's in your body. So again, your musculature is going to bring organization and to the chaos that's otherwise in your body. I know this is a lot and it's crazy, but this is just how you work. It's how beautiful you are. I'm going to clear up nutrition for a second. I get this all the time. Okay. People find out I'm a plant based eater and they're like, where do you get your protein? And my answer is, well, I get my protein from the same place that your protein sources get their protein, and that's from the earth. You have all these animals eating things from the earth, and then you eat the animal. All you're doing is you have a middleman, and I'm skipping the middleman. That's middle animal. Middleman, middle animal. But basically, your body doesn't conceptually need protein. I mean, you're building protein, but just because you eat the protein doesn't mean that you're getting the protein, because all your body is doing is using energy to take apart that animal protein and give yourself the correct proteins, the amino acid structures that you need to rebuild yourself. So, yes, you are building yourself up, but it's not the most efficient way to do it. The lie is that we are hunter gatherers, but we're not. We're actually gatherer hunters. We were gatherers first because that's the less energy usage. It's easier to go and scavenge and get berries and melons and fruits and vegetables, harvest things from the vines and the trees, dig up some roots. It's way easier to do that than catch a wild boar. So it makes more sense and it takes less energy to be gatherer hunter, which is kind of the way we were designed to be. Eating dead animals, that's an emergency fuel. So you don't need protein, you need amino acids. Those come from the earth mother. You go to mother nature and she's going to provide for you, okay? Second part of that is very close to what I just said. Um, your absorption of those amino acids matter. So the closer you can get to the garden, the more your body recognizes that as real food. So I prefer you grow your own food. Now, we have 20 acres. We give away food. I mean, we have a lot of food here. If you're not able to do that, find somebody who does. Barter with them, exchange with them. Just do it. If you can't do that, then go buy at the grocery store. Get clean, whole foods because you're worth it. Now, if you can't do that, for heaven's sake, supplement with some bioavailable nutrients. The person that sent you here, if somebody sent you here, get with them and they'll get a discount to you. I've set everyone who's referring people up to this seminar, they have discount codes for you. Wholesale pricing on medical grade nutrients. So just ask whoever sent you for that code. If you just found this place randomly, just stay after and I'll give you the codes. Okay, I'll set you up. But basically, don't go to TJ Maxx clearance rack and get your nutrients. Get something that's good, that looks to your body like it's from the garden. All right. That absorption matters because if you're eating things and you're passing it through or your body doesn't recognize it, if you're fortunate, it passes through. If you're not fortunate, it accretes in your body and causes an imbalance or a toxicity. So, Americans, more is not better. Oh, if I take this much nutrient, it's good. Therefore, if I take this much, it's better. No, your body's only going to take what it needs. It's not going to take any more. It's going to take what it needs. Anything excessive is excess, and your body has to manage that. So more is not better. The correct number is what you need for your day, for your week, for your month, what your muscles need, what your sleep. Do you wake up with power and energy? Did you sleep all night with beauty and grace? Did you wake up with vitality? That's the indicator. You don't need a blood test. You don't need all that stuff. Trust yourself, trust your body. Your body's going to take what it needs. If you try to give it more, you're not helping it. You're actually tripping it up a little bit. So, the plant based reality is this. If you have Netflix, I encourage you to watch a movie called Game Changers. Game Changers. The most elite athletes in the world are moving towards plants. They understand that it's the more efficient way to do business, the business of your life. So you can build very strong and powerful, very efficient muscles that have a good endurance because you're in an ecosystem that's very efficient by eating plants, primarily. You do not need animal protein. I get it. I'm telling you, people, I get it all the time. Dead animals it's an emergency fuel for your body, physiologically speaking. And if you push back on that, I'll say your saliva's got two primary enzymes. One of them is amylase, the other one is ptyalin. Your own saliva is designed for plants. So you have a very difficult argument sharing with me why I should eat a dead animal if my saliva won't even digest it. It makes no sense. Now, your body uses whatever's available. So if you do eat whatever you eat, it's going to optimize that and say, okay, you chuck something down your pie hole. It's Thanksgiving, so you just muck down everything, right? Your body is going to get tired. The people call it a food coma. It's going to get tired. Why? You took all that life energy that you needed to enjoy the party, and now your body's going, holy Lord, we got an emergency here. What is going on here? And it moves all of its resources to your gut, and it's going to try to figure out what is valuable in this mess that you just brought in, right? So your body is going to use the available resources. If it can't figure it out, it's going to dedicate resources to trying to figure it out, okay? So this is my safety message of the day. Muscle and aging is called sarcopenia. Sarco is basically muscle. Penia is a degradation of, right? So sarcopenia is a degradation of muscle. This is a major, major, major problem. Your muscles, you have smooth muscles, you have bulky muscles, which are your structural muscles. All of your muscles matter. You need all of them. When they get older, it's not because age says you're going to lose muscle. It's more difficult to gain muscle, but you don't automatically lose muscle. Most people get lazy, they become sedentary. What's on the news or what's on YouTube or TikTok kittens, that becomes more important than getting out and doing sit-ups, pull-ups, playing frisbee, flying kites, pulling weeds in the garden. Like all those other things become more important. Worrying about what's on TV and what the boss man is doing for the state. All those things are more important, and your body suffers. So it's not that your body's broken. It's not that you're automatically going to lose muscle because you're getting older. That's just not true. You're getting lazy, and you need to force yourself. You need to take command of yourself and say, we're going to be 1% better every day, because muscle loss is a major health risk, and it's not even optional. You have to take care of your muscles. When you start to break down the muscles, your joints get wobbly and weak. All of your structure becomes wobbly and weak. Your tendons, everything starts to become wobbly and weak and less stable. So a lot of times when people have falls, it's because they didn't challenge their muscles for a long, long period of time. They become unstable. One of the best things you can do if you can't do anything else, and I know some of you in locally, you always see me standing on one foot. It's not because I love standing on one foot, but when you just stand on one foot, you're commanding a lot of muscles to do this. Mm, and just keep you stabilized. And then you switch to the other foot. And you just stand on one foot. You're in line at the grocery store, stand on one foot. The amount of muscular activity that you need to do that is very profound. So it doesn't, you could even be sitting in the car at a traffic light and just tighten your gut. Just flex it. Don't forget to breathe, but flex it, hold it, and then release it. And flex it. Every time you go through like a doorway, touch your toes, squat down. What anything, any little thing you can do, but you have to avoid losing your muscle mass as you get older. The good news is this. A lot of people say, "Oh, I wish I would have had the muscle I had when I was a teenager." Well, you do. You do. Your muscles remember that. Your muscles remember that the same way as you remember it. It's got a memory and it's your muscles are just waiting to be rebuilt. They're waiting for you to take command of yourself because your body's got a memory of its physical self. Same thing like if you haven't been in the sun, it's all wintertime, and the first time in your sun, you get a little red, but then you get tan right away. It remembers things. It's the same thing with your muscles. So it's not like, oh my God, I'm so old, I'm starting from zero again. No, you're not. You're actually way farther ahead than you think you are, regardless of where you are in life. You're way farther ahead than you think you are because you remember things physiologically. So now, to build your future self, you need minerals, and they have to be bioavailable minerals. The calcium, if you don't just go to the seashore and eat a seashell because it's all calcium, your body can't even absorb that. But if you take the calcium and put it in the soil and let the plant present you bioavailable calcium, the plant is your warrior. The plant is configuring the calcium, the magnesium, the copper, molybdenum, phosphorus. It's configuring those so you can absorb them. Your plants are your friends. The muscles, they need minerals, especially green leafy vegetables. In the middle of your chlorophyll, the green is chlorophyll, right? In the middle of your chlorophyll, there's magnesium. That's extremely bioavailable. One of the best things you can do is eat the top of the broccoli. It's got um, it's got sulforaphane in them. It's really powerful when you eat things right from the vegetable, not cooked, just raw. It's super bioavailable. You do need hydration, but not just drinking water. I always say, like, especially in the summer, if you're thirsty, eat a watermelon. Like when I'm working on the farm in the summer, I'll eat a whole watermelon for breakfast and you almost pee none of it out. That means that you're absorbing all of this water that's perfectly structured and perfectly mineralized for you. So get hydration, but it's not about the water, it's about the minerals that come with the water. And your plants will do that. Your juicy fruits, your pineapples, all those beautiful, juicy fruits will bring those to you. And ultimately, we'll talk more about this in another episode, but I made this volleyball player glowing like she's sparking because your muscles are both electrical and chemical. There's chemical, generally speaking, you need magnesium and calcium to work opposite each other to function There's a compressive force and a release force. And that happens with your heart. It happens with your muscles. So you want to make sure that you're electrically grounded. You have electrons. If you're in nature, you're going to have electrons, okay? But chemically, the best chemicals you can get are from the garden and also from yourself. You have two adrenal glands on the top of your kidneys. These tiny little glands, those are for fight or flight. You want to keep those subdued. You want to be peaceful most of the time because while you're at peace, your body produces these really cool hormones that help you heal. Your body produces its own chemistry to help you heal, but you have to create the right circumstances for that to happen. Some of the things that get in the way of that happening are being sedentary. Now, I blacked out the volleyball player because these are anti-nutrients. If you're sedentary, you are actually going against your youthfulness and vitality. If you permit stress into your life, and I've got a whole seminar on stress I've done, some of you were there. If you permit stress into your life, most stress, you need to just let it go. Your stupid neighbor's been that way the whole time you've been together. He or she's not going to change. Just let it go. Okay? You don't need to absorb that stress. Um, if you're permitting stress into your body is not maintaining itself. It's using energies to manage the stress, and it's not using energy to build your future self. You need to permit your body the peace so you can build your future self. That's how that works. Some of you are big onto the weight loss with GLP-1. I'm just telling you, I'm not your medical doctor, I'm a PhD. But when you look at the mechanisms of action, yes, you're losing fat, but you're also losing muscle, which is exactly opposite where we want to go. So there's other ways to lose fat and increase muscle. If you need help, just drop me a note and I'll help you. I work for free. I don't take money from people. So just drop me a note and I will help you through that. So, wrapping up here, structural system and health. You're not just supporting your muscles, you're supporting your joints, your bones. Every function in your body is going to be better if you support your muscles. So it's a total system. You can't have everything in your body in tip-top shape and poor muscles. How you do anything with your health affects everything. The littlest thing you do to improve one part of your health affects the rest of your health. So let's do a lot of little things, even the smallest decision on what's the next thing you put in your mouth or the next thing that comes out of your mouth. Every little thing is going to help your next level of health. So when you see high quality muscle, that's an indicator that somebody's making a lot of really good small decisions. Repeated small decisions makes better vitality, better musculature. So here I'm going to wrap up with my prayer for all y'all. This is my hope that you took away from today. I went a couple minutes over. Hope you don't mind. 3 minutes over. Okay. My core philosophy is this. Number one, having muscle is not optional. You don't get to say, oh, I'm just old, so I'm just going to be frail. No, it's not optional. You need muscle. Let's work on that. Number two, muscle is foundational for your health. It's not a nice to have for your future health. It's a must have. It's foundational. Number three, just by looking at somebody, you can tell how they live. If they have the slightest bit of musculature, you can actually know that they actually care a little bit about themselves. Some of us find that very attractive. When I see somebody that's fit, it means that they love themselves enough to take care of themselves. And if they're capable of loving themselves, they're going to love me. But if they can't love themselves, or they're not taking care of themselves because they don't love themselves, then that's probably not going to be a good friendship or relationship because they can't love me more than they love themselves, right? So there's scriptures and stuff like that, go look it up. But basically, if they can't love themselves, they're not going to love you. An indicator of their stature, their musculature, how they carry themselves is an indicator of their care for themselves. And by demonstrating care for themselves, they can also care for you as a friend, right? So this is the last final takeaway. Trust yourself. You are not frail. You can do this. You can do this. It's not that hard. Your body is going to adapt to the demand that you give it. My spouse Robin and I, we do puzzles every morning, little brain puzzles. Why? Use it or lose it. You use your brain or you're going to lose it. Muscles, use it or lose it. Everything you do, you have to stress it. You have to put it through, not stress like, oh my God, the earth's coming apart. No, intentional stress to force the growth. You demand something from the muscle, you're going to force growth from the muscle. You demand something from your brain, same thing. Demand something from your garden. You're going to go and do something intentionally with your garden. It's going to bear fruit, right? So you demand things from your body, and then your body responds by giving you form and function. just like children. Like they're not gonna if you just let them all run over the house and stuff, they're it's gonna be chaos. What you're gonna do is you're gonna bring with a lot of small decisions, bring demand things of yourself that are going to bring you form and function, and you're going to live a long time. So that's it. I went a little bit over, but I think it's worth it because a lot of people needed to hear this. I've got some self-help resources available at targetedneeds.com. You can just go there. I'm always updating it. Right now it's pretty lame. I'm just going to tell you. It's like pretty limited because I'm swapping out a bunch of stuff. But the stuff that there is pretty good. Um, you're welcome to go to wholehealthworldwide.com. I've got the schedule coming up. Next week, I'm doing healthy heart and then immune support after that. I've only got 6 more in this series of 14. Then I'm going to take a month off and then I'll do 14 again. I'll start the cycle over. But, just come and enjoy this. This is free for y'all. So thank you for joining me. I'm done with the first part of this 30-minute plus or minus a few minutes. So if you're a visitor, you're just here because somebody sent you or you randomly found us, you're welcome. We don't need anything from you. This is strictly community service. I've got a newsletter at wholehealthworldwide.com. You can just sign up for the newsletter. I've also got this and other online events. Everything's free. All right. We just want you to be healthy and happy. Some of you want to participate. Maybe you want to come to some of our in-person events that we have, or maybe enjoy some of the group discounts that we get when we buy things, like medical grade nutrients. We can get through bulk order systems and stuff. You can participate. You can do that. If you want to partner with us, you can do that, which is actually grow this project, invite people, talk to them about their health and engage them, tell them how beautiful and powerful they are, and help them get to their next level. If you want to do things like that, I can show you how to do it. Plus, there's some money involved in it. Like you can actually get paid to help people to their next level. And finally, if you're somebody like me that wants to be an ambassador for health and wellness, there's a lot. There's a lot to benefit personally. There's a lot to benefit financially. We're going to change the world, and we're going to do it with these local communities that are actually making a difference with themselves, because the world around you is not going to be any better than the world within you. The world outside of you is going to reflect the world inside of you. So let's bring order and chaos and power and strength and vitality to you. Let's bring structure to the chaos within you. And the world around you is going to start manufacturing beautiful, predictable, amazing things. So that's it. I'm going to unmute. If anyone's in the Zoom room, you're welcome to unmute yourself. And if not, then okay, no questions. If anyone has a question, just raise your hand. If you're here for the first time and you want to stick around, I just covered off on health, but I told you there's a full stack of things that involve life, health, wealth, and legacy. So if you're here for the health, we're done. And you can either stick around for another 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, or you can just be on your way. And we did what we said we'd do. We showed you some really good health information. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm grateful for you being here. Thank you. For those of you who want to stay around, it's totally optional. I want to talk briefly about our project, the life, the wealth, and the legacy of what we're doing. So colloquially, we call this the Live Pure Prosperity Project. Sharing with the world around us freely about health and wellness is part of what we do to deliver whole health. So what Live Pure is doing is they're actually paying us to solve problems around us. And there's a lot of problems around us, but we get paid to solve problems. We're doing so by growing health communities and expanding world markets. I'll explain that to you. So part of the life, wealth, and legacy involves doing things like this. It doesn't have to be this. You can just grow your own food and give it away and still accomplish some of the same things. But I want you to think about life, health, wealth, and legacy, because everything we do in our life touches one of these things or all of these things. So if you're honest with you and if you're honest with yourself and you look around, you're going to see people, they're tired, They're overweight. They're older than they look. They look older than they are, and they're actually they get sick. They're sick not for 2 days anymore. It's sick, they're sick for 2 weeks. This is a big problem. It's because the world's toxic. They're out of balance, and they lack nutrition. Right. So that's a problem. The second problem is they're stressed. They're out of balance with stress. They're working, working, working. They have less and less money. They don't know how to create leverage. So they want more wealth, they want a better lifestyle, but they're trading their time for money. And by doing that, they don't have either because they're trading time for money. You can either have a lot of time and no money or a lot of money and no time. So the problem is they don't have income, they don't have freedom. They want to travel, they want to have experiences, but they don't know how to leverage themselves, how to use systems, how to accept mentoring or mentorship to show them how to make money, how to make these changes. So we provide those things for them. We give them an incentive to change the way they're doing business, their personal business and also their business outside of themselves. So when you look around you, everybody's on one of these things, right? I mean, everyone's shopping online. The retail stores are fun just to go and see people, but not much retail shopping is going on. Two industry trends, health and wellness and online shopping. This is huge, and this is where the world's going. Whether you're coming with the world or not, this is where the world's going. Liv Pierce got funding from three major people. One is Phil Knight, the founder of Nike Corporation. He used to own Nike. He sold Nike. He could put his money any place he wants. Live Pure is one of his next major projects. So what you're seeing is something that's small before it's coming big. Just like nobody ever heard of Nike, nobody ever heard of Amazon. This is small before it's becoming big. Mr. Tao is also a billionaire. He's a Chinese billionaire. He owns companies like Vegas.com. So we have two billionaires backing us and a soon to be billionaire, Mr. Zhang, who owns Live Pure. When I say Live Pure, I want you to think of Amazon.com. We're not affiliated with them, but they're a distribution system. So Live Pure distributes whole health, right? Same way as all these other entities distribute things, Live Pure distributes whole health, medical grade whole health. And what they do is they actually find companies that have superior products and basically anything that has to do with health and wellness, and they buy those companies because they have the money to do it. And then they distribute for those companies. They slap the Live Pure brand on those products and services, those products, and then we distribute those. So we're growing an Amazon.com type of business, except for instead of one Amazon, there's thousands of us. Each one of us have our own portal for distribution for all of these products and services. Pretty cool. So the plan is to become the number one online shopping company for health and wellness, manufacturer to consumer, just like Amazon, cut out the middle people, and deliver whole health to the world. So that's where we are. The basic concept that we're delivering, the value proposition is to help people take out the trash, how to cleanse their whole body, how to balance their body, and how to build a new body that's going to better serve them. That's the basic idea. We don't play medicine. I've got a lot of people on my team that are medical doctors. They're allowed to play medicine because they're licensed to do it. But the rest of us, we don't diagnose, we don't cure, we don't make promises that you're going to have some outcome. What we do is we say, look, let's give your body all the things it needs and let's let it balance, repair. You're going to be surprised how it can defend itself. Your body is beautiful and it's powerful. So let's give it the resources. Let's do it for 30, 60, 90 days. And whatever's left, if you need to talk to a medical doctor, we'll have that conversation, right? Some of the businesses out there, some of the industries, take a look. 70 billion for athletes. Athletes are trying to get that extra percentage of performance with clean ingredients. Big, big business there. People know they're toxic. $100 billion worth of people trying to detoxify. People want superfoods. Instead of this many calories and this much nutrition, they're looking for this much nutrition and this many calories and zero chemicals. So that's what superfoods are. Huge market. We're right in it. Organic skincare. I just rolled out a compendium about organic skincare. All you have to do is ask for it. I'll give it to you for free. Or you can go to Amazon and buy it for 25 bucks. But I just want the information to get out there. But clean skincare is a big deal. There's mothers that are breastfeeding their babies right now, their skincare. That's pretty disgusting, but we're changing that. So we talked about weight loss a little bit and coffee. Coffee's a quarter of a trillion in the next two years. A quarter of $1 trillion. Most of it's junk. So we have an organic, healthy coffee that doesn't suck. It actually tastes pretty good. So that's what we do. We have a core philosophy of cleanse, balance, build, and then we put different systems on top of it by buying other companies to contribute to the distribution network. That's it in a nutshell. So we have something for everyone. The details are at worldwidepure.com/comp plan. But I'm just going to give you an overview real quick. Basically, we give people 8 ways to make money. There's 3 different groups of people that benefit from it. One group is the people who love to sell stuff, which is a really small group, but it's still group number 1. They love to sell stuff. Maybe they're content creators, they're influencers. Maybe they have a nonprofit and there's just automatic sales through the nonprofit. You can get paid up to 50% for distributing through this network, through this business, through this affiliate program. You can get paid up to 50%. It's a big number if you're in group 1. Most people are not in group 1. Most people are in group 2. And so what group 2 is these are the people. It's like, look, I don't want another thing. I've got kids. I got a job. I already have a career. I only have a few hours a week. I don't want to do another thing, right? That's group 2. They're looking for a little extra income. They're not salesy people. They need something else, a little bit extra, and they don't know how to get it. So that's group 2. I'll show you the numbers in a minute. Group 3 is for people like me. We love to lead. We love to mentor and coach and teach people, take them to their next levels. We're motivators. We like the challenge of helping people get to their next level, and even help people get an extra retirement if that's in the mix for them. The way the bonuses shake out is that if you're the group that loves to sell stuff and it's all up to you and you're trading your time for money, you can get into the 6 figures. All right. These are average figures. You can get in, you can barely touch the 6 figures if you love to sell stuff. If you're group 2, you're going to reach into the really strong 6 figures if you stick with us, because you learn how to leverage yourself. Group 1, they don't create leverage. Group 2 creates leverage, and we teach people how to create leverage. And that ramps up your income so that you get paid for more than your time commitment by creating leverage. And then group 3, which would be myself, is if you like to inspire and train people and teach them and coach them, you can get into the very, very high 6 figures. My personal mentor makes 6 figures a month just coaching and mentoring people. And I'm one of his people that he coaches. So can't promise this for you. I'm just saying this is on the horizon. These are average figures. Some people make more, some people make less. But this is what we're doing, and this is what funds us. What we do is we tell a story that matches their need. We create business volume, and we get paid. For the group 2 people, what we do is we show them how to take money they're already spending on junk, to be honest with you, that's just junk, and then divert that money through their own business. So we set them up with a portal. They become a distribution point, basically their own Amazon.com on their own phone, and then show 2 people anywhere in the world how to do the same thing. If you do that, then you can go nonlinear and create leveraged income. We don't deliver products. We don't collect money. All we do is we set people up with memberships. If they want the discount, we sign them up for free and they get our discount. There's no like annual fee or anything. It's free to sign up and get the discount. If you want to be somebody that's actually able to earn money, we're going to give you 2 websites. One of them is public facing. That's your portal. And then the other one is your back office. So you get two websites. It's a one-time $49 if you want to join us. If you're a veteran, military, full-time student, or surviving spouse, it's free. They waive the $49. So it's a one-time fee. So it's either free or close to free to sign up. There's three players. LivePure.com is the servicing company. Pure Team Global is like the university. It's not like you have to go to seminars and pay thousands of dollars. We actually provide daily, weekly, monthly training. We even have live seminars. If you go to one of the live seminars, it's going to cost a couple dollars because we have to rent the room, right? But pretty much all of the training is free. We just want you to be very prosperous. And my company is Worldwide Pure, and you can contact me through there. So that is the Prosperity Project. If you don't have your own prosperity project, if you don't have a project of your own, if you don't know what you're going to do to get your next level of life, health, wealth, or legacy, somebody's willing to help you. If somebody invited you here tonight, just get with them and ask them what's next. What do I do? How can I learn? If you got here randomly and maybe you're on Facebook Live or you found this some other way, just drop me a note and we'll put you in touch with somebody that's willing to mentor you and take you to your next level. So with that, thank you very much. Go look at wholehealthworldwide.com. I told you 20 minutes. It was pretty close to 20 minutes. So just know that you're beautiful and you're powerful. You're capable. Your body's worth it. Just invest in yourself. Take some time, 1% a day to get yourself to the next level. If you need somebody to help you, make a phone call. Call me, call somebody like me that wants your success. All right. So anyway, have a great night. Happy Monday to everyone. And thanks for being here. Take care.